Welcome back to CBS Mornings. It does not take a close observer of politics to notice some distance, you might say, between President Biden's goals and his achievements so far in the fight against climate change. Now, that's partly because of objections within his own party, and in particular, objections from Senator Joe Manchin. Well, now, Mr. Biden is considering acting without waiting for support from Congress. Ed O'Keefe is at the White House for us. Ed, good morning. Senator Manchin's my mom's home state senator. So for her and for all of us, what's happening here?
Well, Tony, good morning. With the scorching heat here across the United States and in parts of Europe, it does appear, as you said, that the president's climate change agenda is on ice up on Capitol Hill. It is unlikely to advance in Congress now that West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, there he is, said last week that he couldn't support the plan because of concerns about inflation and the cost and scope of the proposal. He, of course, represents a coal-producing state, so that's part of the reason why he objects. So today, the president's expected to say that if Congress isn't going to act, he's going to try to take some steps on his own. The White House says he's not going to be declaring a national emergency on climate change, at least not yet. He's still thinking about doing so. Instead, he's flying up to Massachusetts to do two more modest things. One, he's going to tout the offshore wind industry, very popular there in New England as they're building windmills off the coast of Massachusetts. And he's also going to talk about boosting federal aid for communities trying to fight the heat by retrofitting homes, installing air conditioners, and other issues. If at some point the president decides that he wants to declare a national emergency on climate change, it's likely going to allow him, or at least attempt, to try to regulate carbon emissions, even though the Supreme Court recently ruled that the Environmental Protection Agency cannot do that. Well, notable that he's waiting to possibly do that later this summer because there's still a chance that Joe Manchin can be convinced to allow Democrats to move on at least some of the president's climate change plan. We'll see. Nate?
Ed, thank you.